Star Ralph Waite making an appearance, to the former First Lady Michelle Obama herself gracing the show with her presence. NCIS sure has had its share of surprising guest appearances over the years, so let's dive into the top 10 most memorable ones over the years. And to start, we have Jackson Gibbs. If you're a longtime NCIS fan, you probably know Ralph Waite as Jackson Gibbs. On NCIS, he played the father of Gibbs himself, who still lived in their hometown of Stillwater. Waite first appeared on the show back in season 6 in an episode called Heartland, and he went on to make multiple appearances throughout the series, becoming a beloved character among fans. But sadly, as many of you know, Waite passed away in real life. So in one of NCIS's most heartbreaking episodes, they wrote about the death of Jackson Gibbs in order to honor the late actor. This next actress is probably the last person that you thought would appear as a guest on the show. It's the one and only Jamie Lee Curtis. You might know her best as Laurie Strode from the Halloween franchise, but in NCIS, she played a character named Samantha Ryan. Now, Samantha was quite the catch, as she ended up dating none other than Gibbs himself. Her arc on the show lasted for a few episodes in season 9, specifically episodes 16 to 24. Ryan was the head of the DoD PsyOps division. Sadly, her time on the show came to a very abrupt end. You see, in the episode Till Death Do Us Part, season 9, episode 24, she made the tough decision to leave Gibbs behind. Why, you ask? Well, her ex-husband was released from prison, and for the safety of herself and her child, she had to make a run for it.
Says, oh, whatever, who cares? I care too much. I am just, I'm a weep fest. I've been weeping for about a month now, trying to figure out how to say goodbye to all this.
Not a bad episode, right? Well, NCIS had more to offer. Remember Charles Durning appearing in the season 2 episode of NCIS Call of Silence? He played this guy named Ernie Yost, who was a Medal of Honor recipient and a big hero in the show. So Ernie shows up at NCIS and confesses to killing his best friend during the war. The team starts looking into it and realizes that Ernie's memories are a bit hazy, though eventually he remembers that he did in fact kill his friend. But get this, his friend was already dying from an explosion, and Ernie did it to stop his suffering and save the other soldiers. I mean, can you imagine being in that situation? It's heartbreaking to think about. But on the flip side, this next guest star's appearance on the show was really heartwarming. I'm talking about Dean Norris and his role on NCIS as Gunnery Sergeant Vestman in the episode My Other Left Foot. Now, before he was Hank Schrader, Norris was no stranger to crime dramas, and he brought that same intense energy to his role on NCIS. In this episode, he played a Marine who had served with Gibbs at Camp Lejeune, and as you might expect, Gibbs had some questions for him. A Marine's severed leg is found by a dumpster diver. It's thought to have been attached to a live person no more than 24 hours prior, but documents indicate that the Marine in question passed away 2 years prior. We all know and love Norris for his portrayal of Hank. His chemistry with Bryan Cranston's Walter White helped make the show the cultural phenomenon that it was. But fans say Terry O'Quinn's chemistry with Mark Harmon is still unparalleled. You might remember from the mind-bending show Lost, where he played the role of Locke. But did you know that he also had a killer guest starring role in the NCIS Season 1 episode Enigma? So in this episode, Terry plays Commander William Ryan of the United States Navy. He contacts Gibbs because he thinks there's a big conspiracy against him and people are trying to kill him.
We get in there, and I meet Bryan Cranston, and we meet everybody, and it was awesome. We saw the first when they showed it to us, and you're like, oh, because it could be great on a script.
The twist is that Ryan actually has paranoid schizophrenia, and it's up to Gibbs to help him before it's too late and he gets gunned down by the authorities. I don't know about you guys, but I love a good twist, and this one definitely caught me off guard. But another guest appearance that is still loved more is Michelle Obama, making an appearance literally as Michelle Obama. Yeah, you heard that right. In season 13, she played herself and brought the show into the White House. But there was a bigger reason behind her cameo. It was all for the initiative called Joining Forces, which supports service members, veterans, and their families across the nation. It's so awesome to see people like her using their platform to bring attention to important causes. And who knew Mrs. Obama had some acting chops too?
That's what fuels him. He's a grinder, I think, and he maybe. I think he feels most fulfilled when he's full, when his plate is full. I call him a
Talk about multi-talented. And speaking of being talented, looks like Millie Bobby Brown started showing her talent from a very young age. One of the biggest Netflix stars, Millie Bobby Brown had her early on-screen role in the hit TV series NCIS. In season 12, Millie played Rachel, the daughter of a young psychologist who was sadly murdered. The team had to dive in deep and launch an investigation to figure out who could have committed such a heinous crime. But hold up, things weren't as simple as they seemed, because this little girl had a dark side.
It wasn't supposed to be this way. I don't know, it all got so screwed up.
Not too late to fix things.
Yes, it is.
Commander, think of your daughter.
The character murders her mother because she feels abandoned by her father, who is frequently away on business. Yikes. But it is always cool to see actors we love in their earlier roles, right? And if you enjoy seeing actors early on stages, you're going to want to see Abigail Breslin's guest appearance in the show. You might remember her as one of Mel Gibson's kids in the movie Signs, trying to survive an alien invasion. But it wasn't until her breakout role in Little Miss Sunshine that she really made a name for herself. Though, did you know that in between those two movies, she actually appeared in an episode of NCIS? That's right, in the episode See No Evil, Breslin played Sandy Watson, an 8-year-old blind girl who gets kidnapped along with her mom and held for ransom.
I don't know. I was real scared when I could hear him talking to my mom and he was crying and he kept on pulling my hair.
It's okay, Sandy. Just tell us what you remember.
The kidnappers wanted the girl's father, a Navy captain, to transfer them some government funds. Like I said, it's pretty cool to see Breslin take on such a successful role at such a young age. But if you want to see success, can't miss out on Lily Tomlin as Penelope Langston on NCIS. In one NCIS episode, McGee's paternal grandma pays a visit and tries to reunite him with his dad. But she's got a secret. She used to be part of a shady peace activist group that was involved in making a dangerous weapon. People linked to the project started getting killed, and a paper that she had in a hand is to blame. In the end, the NCIS team saves her life, and McGee finally decides to call his dad after 7 years. It's quite different from when Gibbs's dad showed up, that's for sure. Even though this episode got a lot of love from the viewers, it still got nothing on the amount of warmth received by television icon Bob Newhart in his guest appearance. Newhart made a really fun appearance on NCIS, a popular TV show. You might recognize him from his roles in The Bob Newhart Show and Newhart. In his episode, he showed up at NCIS HQ unexpectedly and said he used to be the chief medical examiner. He even trained the current medical examiner. Even though he's retired now, he still helps the team with their cases. But in the end, the episode was really sad because they found out that he has Alzheimer's and wanted to make some memories before he forgot everything. Overall, it was one of the most memorable guest appearances on the show. That's all for the top 10 most memorable guest appearances on NCIS.